So let's have a look at this. I think you'll find maybe it looks a bit easier to identify. So the chart below shows the percentage of people accessing news via different media in one country in 2013, 2015, and 2017. So you've got the television, newspapers, printed, the radio, and the internet. Majid, in your country, has it changed how people access media?
I think yes, the ways or the channels that people are using in order to access the news, I think it's changed gradually, especially with having people using the smartphones more than anything else. So that's why they started to depend more on the social media more than watching television or reading the news directly from the newspaper.
And yourself, what do you find that you use the internet more now?
Yes, so even for me, like maybe we still following the same news channels, but instead of watching them on television, we follow them on the social media accounts. So the source is still the same, but the channels is different.
Okay, right. So just quickly looking in that chart then, how many differences can you notice from the features there? How many?
3.
Right, let's have a look. So we've got this one. We've got this one. We've got this one here, and probably this one here, haven't you? So, oh, sorry. Yeah, you've got obviously changes. I'm gonna just change something quickly. Sorry. So internet has increased, hasn't it? The newspapers has decreased.
Yes.
Maybe the most used is the television, and maybe the steady one is the radio. Probably radio might be the one that isn't the most important statistic because it's similar to television, isn't it? But you've got there, yeah, maybe you've got 3 or 4 differences, and maybe it's easier to see that, isn't it? Okay, just have a read of this answer, guys, and what media is missing? Okay, what do we think in the first gap then? The most noticeable trend was a huge decline in the percentage of the population getting their news from
2013 to 2015.
What news is what is the media that's in the gap there? Printed newspapers. If you see the most,
yes,
the most huge decline. Yeah, so the huge decline was the newspaper,
Was A-class,
2013, and it was the only one that declined, really a huge decline. Okay, so that's how you need to identify that. Yeah, looking at the dates and comparing that difference. Obviously, writing, you could write an estimate 42%. You could see that would be 42% there. 22. Is that that's not 22%, is it? To just over 20 in 2013 to just 22%. Yeah, and then it had the 22% in 2017. So you don't need to. You just compare that difference there. Okay. By contrast, the proportion using for news grew in 2015. Which one was that? It increased in 2015.
Internet,
Internet.
right? Or you mean in 2015?
Yep. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you got the 2000 and it grew, it increased.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you look at the internet, it's the only one that's gone. It's the only one that's increased, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
What about the next one? Figures 4 saw almost no change.
Radio.
Yeah, the radio. So you could use that as an example, because you're just saying there's no holding steady at approximately 1/3. So if you know maths, you could use that percentage, but you know, it's not essential. Okay. And had a sizable decline between 2013 and 15. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see that. TV had a sizable decline between 2013 and 15. Yeah, so you could identify that decline. I mean, had the same kind of decline as newspapers, but you could notice that. Yeah. And then you said this, and then followed by a small rise. It is notable that in 2000, that's it. Yeah. Okay, so you've identified there. Yeah, you could write about 4 differences in that space at a time that you have there.